Welcome in. And yes, I am starting early. I'm so good. I'm so skilled for that. Okay. Um. Hmm. Okay. For the pull up, maybe. Maybe it'll work. This. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So we're back to Supernovel, and I didn't really get to flesh out much of this yet, which I'm slightly upset by. But we're here anyway. I think the biggest thing I was trying to flesh out off stream was like thinking on like how I want to host this, because the thing is if this was tailoring to developers, I wouldn't need to be feeling like I need a tutorial or anything, right? I mean, if you know how to put it all together. But I'm not trying to. I'm actually trying to make a project that like would appeal to people that like have like next to no technical experience, which would require me basically at least teaching the basics of Git or how to use GitHub. Um, but it shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too hard. My main issue is, and I'm just rambling at this point, but I was thinking on the best way to like clone repositories as a new developer. And what I thought made the most sense, and what I still think makes the most sense, is probably to just like run it where like you make a GitHub account and then you can just use the web editor, which is still in beta according to GitHub, I think. I don't know. I don't really use it. Um, but I also know that what is it? GitHub Code Spaces exists, which is nice because that actually has live preview and stuff like that. That would be useful. Which is limited to like I think 60 hours a month on a free plan. So I think that's probably the best option. I won't make a tutorial on locally cloning, because if you're wanting to locally clone, you either can find a tutorial on it or you're already a developer that's like, knows what they're doing in that sense. So I'm not too worried. But in any case, let's think on this. Okay, if I can, I'm debating if I want to just disable Markdown preview because I don't know. Making a simple Markdown editor shouldn't be too hard. It probably wouldn't be. The thing is that if this, because here's the thing, if I was trying, I'm trying to make this as extensible as possible. So that's where I'm like trying to be like, okay, here's a template with a website that is fully ready to go, and then you can just edit the content on it. But that's why I added stuff like site.json and variables.css, where you can flush out proper configs where they can like edit stuff in there. So, but you're right, I could do something like a Markdown editor or something that they could edit and post in app almost. But a lot of me was thinking that if I want this to be as extensible as possible, I want it to be like where they can get a clone of it, where they can clone it on GitHub and then just host it themselves and they can go from there. However technical, however extendable they want it, however extended they want it to be. But making a solution that is like more web based, like, could be a cool idea too. Because there's a lot of ways. Because in many ways, I want to encourage like you write this in whatever editor you want, and then just drag into a Markdown file or something. Separate site, link that site to their GitHub site, so it can interface with anything from Git. I could do that too, actually. Yeah, so I could like make a website that connects to like, because they could clone it, because they could clone the code, and then that clone they could easily, right, and then that clone they could easily like open on a web page or on a website they can connect to it, and then they can like write a new chapter on there, or drop in a new chapter. That would be an interesting idea, actually, because then that would like technically at that point it could be at that point you could even like arguably well, hmm, I was gonna say like you could even like make the whole configuration system on a website, but I'm trying to think. They need to connect. Would they need a separate like Git user? I guess if you were requesting it over HTTPS, then no. I don't. Let me see. Let me actually. Let's look into this. Also, I did switch browsers to Vivaldi. Again, yes, I know I love switching browsers, but I actually really like Vivaldi. Um, Connecting to Git. App making changes to Git repo. Can I do that over HTTPS? GitHub OAuth. No. Nope, that's not what I intended. Backend does Git over SSH. Okay. Hmm. Enough dark reader so it doesn't mess too much. Authenticate with GitHub app. Time. So if they talk to the GitHub API, want to test something with your micros IGN? Uh, let me message you on Discord. Like, it's an old username. Rack session. Oh, this is Ruby, right? As a third party app. That's not what I intend. OAuth. OAuth app. Sign with GitHub tools users to blah 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 blah. Open tool allowing users to work with GitHub by sending it to your GitHub app on behalf of a user, right? Oh yeah. What am I thinking? If it acts on behalf of the user, then it should work. Let's see. I did not mean to go to Azure. Yeah, because if it can make, I just need it to authorize to act on the user's behalf, and there's no need to worry about that. In order to build a GitHub app, you first need to register. App.js sample. Is there any other? Does it have to be JavaScript? Let me see. Add your user as a collaborator. Oh, right. Photos deletion and collaborators. Right. So you can add it as yeah, because then you can add the app as a separate collaborator. Then it's not getting access to the actual GitHub account. Yeah, that's way more security friendly. Yeah, that is a much better idea. I'd rather just do that. Okay. First things first. I want to see. Um. App. Any other templates they supply other than JavaScript? Actually, what am I saying? I could just look that up. GraphQL Rails example. Ticket.js. That's my phone going off. Hold on. Goodness gracious, I hate to say it. I need to change that alarm sound. The alarm sound is greatly irritating me. I don't know if you could hear it on here, but let's see. GitHub SDK for Bat browsers, Node.js, and Dino. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I could write it in JavaScript. I could be logical like that, or I could write GitHub SDK. Maybe Go. If I could write it in Go, that would be funny. No, GitHub SDK. Why is it all AWS SDK? No, I'm GitHub app. That's the API. And I could just, it's not a big deal that I write it in JavaScript. That's fine. I might even prefer it that way. Yeah, because then I can, okay. So if I make it a separate, yeah, because I'll probably make it a separate app that way. And then Rust. That would be fun. Actually, that would be a fun idea. App Rust SDK. No. Why is it every Octa Rust? That's funny. Source. Not what I need. They support actions with Rust. Aha. So pray. Oh, they've got a ton. Okay. Authenticate with the GitHub app. Yeah, I'll either use this or the actual, or just OctaKit. I might just use OctaKit, but this would be interesting. Okay. Because then I really could just centralize the entire config around um around the app on the web app, and then people could just sign in with GitHub. That would be way easier. I think for a trial run, getting Supernovel to work on its own as a website template, um, we really could expand on this further, just for pure funnies. Just for pure funnies, we could expand on this even further if we wanted to. But I think this is probably the best idea, because then we can just host it all through GitHub, which should be way easier. So, okay. Yeah. So I think that's Smee. 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 Okay. So yeah, we can focus for now. We can just make it working, because it's not like I'm gonna change the config. The config setup can stay the same. I can just write to it. I could change like values and stuff like that easily with the web app. So should not be a problem. Okay. That is probably gonna be. Space sounds like cloud fired with extra steps. Yeah, it does. Not gonna lie. Okay, I am flat out going to disable this preview. Why? Why do you keep opening? Why do you even know? It just uninstall period. Just okay, fine. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. What? Okay, fine. Okay, now it actually reloads. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll focus. So we'll focus on the main page itself. I definitely am gonna fall down that GitHub app rabbit hole, because that will be really really fun to just control it all from a central app. So, um, okay. Think by default. Let's first. I think we'll just by default. Let's just use the cappuccino by default. Just because why not? It's like 4 different palette options anyway. Okay. Here is the question. Can we use cappuccino tailwind and it will actually work? This is the question. Soothing pastel team for Gitty? Seriously? Why am I searching Astro? I meant tailwind. What? What am I thinking? Oh, for Starlight. I forgot that was a thing. It actually does have a pull for Starlight. Okay. For tailwind. Okay. Mocha for dark mode. Yes, thank you. I do in fact use Mocha for dark mode. And by dark mode I mean everything. Okay. That's cool. Actually, do I want to? No, I don't know if I want to use the package actually, because not everyone wants cappuccino, and it's an extra package. Not everyone wants cappuccino, it's an extra package. And in any case, I could just do this. I can steal it from. Uh, so I have to zoom in really far for it to actually use the font on the side. That's fine. Um, do I have 3? That's what I thought. Oh, DB stuff, test DB stuff, test DB stuff, test DB stuff, test DB. We're getting there eventually. Okay. Global.css. I do have this that I can just literally just steal. This could just be like literally the themes we have in by default. I can just add a ton of these in there. I can swap out the tailwind themes. So, actually, yeah. But no, it would end up variable. Yeah, that's fine. Is this okay? Okay. Forgetting how to like having a brain fart and import scripts. Okay. That's I'm stupid. Okay, that's what it is. Yay. Oh, okay, fine. Don't be fancy like that. Oh, I do have a coffee page now. I finally did that. I finally got that up and running. That's funny. So we use Empty rule sets. Fine. What do you want me to do? Where root CSS variables. Yeah. You're just mad because it's empty. It's not like there's a second method to doing it. Okay. Actually, I do want to do this because I was gonna make it just like CSS variables that can change out. That's probably the smartest method. So we can do VG. Not the rose water, but technically base is what you want. Cause I mean, this way they can just go into variables and just change. Actually, we don't even need import tailwind. What am I saying? Because this we don't need import tailwind. This isn't global.css. We can just have all these variables change out, and then global.css we can import. I want import secondary CSS. Just URL. That's what I thought. Copy rows path. There we go. That's what I thought. And do we even need tailwind in that sense? Actually, no. What we need to do is this, because then we can centralize it all to BG, the background, style guide. Background, secondary. Header. Like this. Let me see. Nope, 1 second. Okay. Okay. You know what would be cool too, actually, is like an announcement page. Announce. Text or something like that. Okay. Then we can just borrow from this. Drag you literally right there. Crust. Actually, in this case, I think we want. In this case, I think we want surface 1. Actually, maybe this would want to be elements. Event. And secondary. We'll get rid of that if we need it, but for now we'll make that crust. Headline. In this case, we'll make it the same thing, but we'll do the same color for either one, but we want people to be able to uh, use different separate ones if they feel like they need it. Subtext or subheader. There we go. Actually, I could just go look. In a new window, we can go look at what's doing here because I want to use. I just want to default to similar styles to what I had here. So it'll be subtext 0. So maybe we don't want subheader. May not need that actually. Links. We'll do the yellow. Something I meant to do. Latte yellow. Cappuccino. Explore colors. Latte yellow. What's that? Okay. It's not the perfect style guide, but it'll have to go. It'll have to work. Okay. Just realized that the music is muted here. That's not right. Oopsies. Okay. Let's see here. Actually, one second. I need to check something with the display off just to be sure. Okay. Should be fine there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm gonna control this. They can just come in here and like change these up, at least for the start, and then we can make a more automated app later. Probably a good move. And then so we've done that because we have those, and now we can reference them here if we like. Actually, they need to import this here. Because if I remember correctly, we might actually have to import that because if I remember Tailwind, it doesn't autocorrect anything on my browser because I have switched browsers. So, in variables, yeah, they just have to be referenced there. The global.css might need nothing, but we'll just keep that there just in case. And then this will be theme stuff. Because it'll be a very basic color scheme, very simple color scheme, just something to start with. And then we'll go from there. So. Okay. So we will move that over here. And then for the actual default page, let's try class G. Will inherit it? That's the question. Actually, so CSS import to CSS. Maybe we'll do this. At theme inline. Then we just import all of these. This is repeated code, so why would we need to do that? Config variables. Actually, theme variables. Influence which utility classes? Okay, so they have to start. Yeah, they have to start with color. What am I saying? These aren't just CSS variables. Create new utility classes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we're using different. Because if we're making new utility classes, then these need to be. Let's try open terminal. That don't look right. Must precede all of their statements. It works now? Well, what'd you get working? Import must precede all of their statements. Let's see. BG header. Stop. Don't need that. What? That was not used correctly. 153,930. Is that how many database entries you have? Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Color background. Why are you yelling at me? Oh, what am I doing? I'm using... Why was I using BG header? Wow, that was stupid. I was using BG header and like not registering that I'm using BG header on the body. Actually, now let's test something. I'm surprisingly fast. Are you using Postgres? What are you using? Okay, well that doesn't work yet because I need to import those directly. Naturally. Have you seen the Primeagen ad for Supabase? Let me pull it up real quick. Is it on his main channel? No, it's on. Actually. Permanent Superbase add. That's terminal.shop, the documentary. I'm saving that for later. Where is that? Let me see. Where is it? There we go. Okay, here it is. Alright, let's stop this for a moment. Alright, here we go. Do this here. Alright, get ready. This was great. It's 22 seconds long. It's the greatest ad I've ever seen.
Terminal.shop CEO, the Primogen speaking. Hey, Mom. In order? Teach the database. What's the ID?
Look at these idiots rolling their own database. There's a better way. Use Superbase. It's just Postgres.
I just wanted to pause it just to showcase this extreme diagonal line. They had to grow it because they started using UUIDs, but then it just like took a turn. Like it went even worse. Test user 02 is so real. The fact that I like to imagine that I like to imagine that they were actually that Tej and Prime were actually in two separate rooms. So like they were in their houses. So they had to send each other these recordings without them in it, and then had to smush it together. Is terminal employee? No. Yes. I crossed that one out. Yeah, that's great. Honestly, I think Superbase like gained more customers than they ever have just for that. And there's not even a link to Superbase. There's an affiliate link to boot.dev, but not one for Superbase down here. Make everything varchar, exactly. Use Postgres. It's just Postgres. Is he's wrong. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, but yeah, I got nothing there, man. I have never tried Superbase, but the fact that this was an ad they produced says a lot about them as a company. All I know is they run off Elixir and they're better than Firebase, which doesn't take much, but if they run off Elixir, I'm impressed. Anyway, I don't know. That's one of my favorite videos he's produced. Okay, so yeah, the nice Superbase can be self-hosted though. Like I don't know what their terms are though if you self-host it. Oh, I thought it could be self-hosted at least. Wait a minute. Free projects are possible. Wait, is it? Is it self-hostable? I thought it was Superbase self-hosting. It might have been at some point. Several ways to host it. Okay, yeah, no, you can. Yeah, at that point, Postgres is just simpler. Really, you're just getting Superbase if you want the nice dashboard. I mean, that's really it. Okay, you can just have a Docker container you can use. But yeah, okay, so you can actually self-host it still. They just want you on their infrastructure, of course. Oh no. Wow. Adminer? I have not seen Adminer in a hot minute. Yeah, that's all the dashboard you need. Real developers are still using Adminer and PHP my admin. Did I just butcher that name? I questioned myself. No, I did get it right. Real developers are still on the XAMPP stack or using PHP my site or PHP my admin. I really did just butcher it again. I never use PHP my admin. I've dealt with cPanel and the WordPress panel before, and I wanted to frickin' lose it. Let me turn on the music again. Okay. Ba-bow, ba-bow. Goodness gracious. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Maybe next time I open Discord, I'll like turn off. I'll like turn off my screen on OBS so I don't like accidentally dox some information. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. FYI, I am gonna be gone end of the month, so I'll be like, I probably should. Stats are public, anyways. Yeah. Yeah. Need to. I should probably inform Kian that I'll drop off for like a week probably, cause like last week of the month I'll be like. Actually, yeah, like last full week of this month, I'm gonna be going, staying with a friend elsewhere, and probably just not gonna be online to try and just reset from reality. Wrong row count, so that's interesting. Is the bot pulling directly from the database? Or like, how is it connected to the database? Oh, it's SQLX. I forgot your... Well, I didn't forget. I just should have assumed you were using SQLX. Have you used Diesel before? Because I remember when Diesel was a big thing. I haven't heard anything about Diesel in a while. All I hear is SQLX or the random people that use CORM. Adver shows 280,000 rows, but select count from servers returns 153. Oh, Diesel doesn't do async. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting one, actually. Okay. It's actually header Astro. I always get worried about how to title these two components when I do an Astro site. You can tell I'm a heavy Astro user because I still get on myself for this. Do I want head or header? Because these are two different. Because these feel like two different things that should be separate. Like header should stay the same, but you know what I'll do is I'll do meta. Let's do meta for that. Then we can reference this as meta. Meta like that. It would be a nice excuse to make a full on web app though, because I'm getting so far into just using Astro for some projects that I'm just like I haven't used a full JavaScript framework for anything other than static sites for a hot minute. So I'm probably gonna make like a Tari app with Svelte or something just to experiment. But the GitHub app is a nice excuse to do that. So we'll do that instead. Not instead, but that first. Okay. So actually, how do I want to sort this? Let's just try this. Header or text header. Actually, let's see. Copy this over. Try that. Okay. Then Abner was just broken. Yeah. Yay. Ah, okay. What am I saying? This needs details. Supernovel. Subtype. Okay. Release date. We'll just call it January 1st of 2025 as a random date. Okay. We do here. Nope, we won't change the font yet. We just needed to test here, but we do need H1 to be font weight 800. That's probably a good size. Which is the default font here, actually. Oh, it's just sans serif. Okay. Then we'll do actually under here we'll probably want like this. Here we'll do let's see, the Tailwind docs. Flex off or static, they're always the same. Namespaces, okay. Font size utility is like text XL. Okay. Joining random Minecraft servers is so fun. Just like random public. Like, are you randomizing public servers, or are you just searching through a bunch of IPs and finding ones that don't have a whitelist on? Extender. Oh, that's so funny, actually. Oh, that's awesome. How many like 10-year-olds have you randomly scared? Probably a few, yeah. Most of them respond in chat. That's wild, actually. Okay. Pull into here. Find a default generic have whitelist message on join. Oh, that's funny. Actually, what are we doing? We can just reference this in here, because we're never... Seriously? Text editor, text editor. It's outside here. Color. Text subheader. Oh, does color subheader not exist? Actually. Details. Okay. Let's see. Could just to be funny and make the default font Times New Roman or something. Or Garamond. Let's see some of these. Let's search here. Okay. Castle. I like Castle a lot better. I think this might be the winner. Bang, bang. Do this. Try to make this as obvious guide as possible. Onto base. There we go. Okay. Okay. Bing, bing. So with all these, it would be cool if we added support for background images too, but I think we'll have to do that further down the line. Also to worry about. I'll probably be writing a wiki area for this too. And I might have to get a domain. It would be cool if I got a domain. But I already have like a domain for myself that I could just host this on. So probably could just do that. But or I could just buy my own domain. I don't know. I could weigh it and see. See that. .io domains are 84% off first year. Hold up. Spaceship. I forget the spaceship domains. I forget about spaceship more than I would care to admit. Is spaceship cheaper than is spaceship cheaper than Cloudflare domains? Because I've gotten some. Let's say actually. Novel. Wait. .com only $8. Oh, for like starting years, yeah. Supernovel.io is registered. Actually, is anyone else using Supernovel? That's a Hong Kong company? Okay, well, I don't have to worry about a Hong Kong company somehow. Supernovel. Supernovel.io is registered. That tech is available. Okay, hold on. Domain.com. Meanwhile, okay. Once again, finding a domain provider that I could have gotten it cheaper on than Cloudflare. Cloudflare.com. Cloudflare would be 1044. Wow. Wow, okay. Alright. I don't know why I originally bought from Pork Bun, and they were cheap. Then I went to Cloudflare domains, because they were cheaper. Is there one cheaper than Spaceship? You can tell I don't buy domains enough for the fact that I don't know this off the top of my head. Yeah, Cloudflare register, yeah. For the first year, no. Let's go to Reddit, because Reddit developers, well, actually, yeah, TLD list, what am I doing? I could just be looking at TLD list. You get even cheaper first year. Price $906. TLD list is great. Not actually, it's 1044. Is there a promo code you're using? Yeah, I have one domain I need to put to use. I should just be using tap on each thing small enough to fit in a shoebox. Okay, fine. $0.99 first year. It would be nice if you told me, like, you know. Okay. Average bracing history. I like that they show that, actually. Again, I'm buying domains from places more expensive. And it's not like there's a huge price gap here. It's just like, you know. You have to use that for the discount. Supernovel.io is already taken. I can get my own .io. I feel scammed, Issa. I feel scammed. Issa scammed me. Let it be known in the record books. I'll probably get Supernovel from Spaceship. Because I have a few domains. All of my domains are on Cloudflare now. And then maybe just going forward, I'll have some on Spaceship. Not .dev on here. They do have .dev for 1242. Haha. Well, you get 518 that first year, but code IO 15, IO 85. Please log in to use this promo. I gotta make an account. Okay, I'd rather not use .dev because I feel like I want to advertise it as just like not just that. I have .site. Nope, that'll be more. .page. That's available pretty cheap, actually. Super cute .cat. No, not .ca. Oh, neither of these support. Hold on. Super cute .cat. It doesn't look like it's it doesn't look like it's not taken. Literally, you can buy it. Super cute cat. Super cute ninja. Super cute videos available? What the heck? I think you might have to. Is .book a domain? It is. Well, supposedly. Well, let's first look on .book. Ain't nobody got the .book. I could get a domain for that. For now, I'm probably going to do it on my own domain if I were to launch it. If I felt like I had more spare cash that was worth justifying it for this project, then I would probably just get supernovel.page or something. So, yeah, no, let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's make that navigation bar actually. Astro. Okay. He's back. No bar, no point. Okay, actually, no, they do want that they need to borrow from my other site. I'm gonna cheat and borrow something else from my site because I have a lot of stuff I just keep standard on some of my sites for sites. For example, this fancy thing. Grab this. This fancy thing that I've reused several times that lets me add boldness to the current navigated link. So let's real quick save that, then nav link. Href, call that home. Chapters there. Do about me. Import this. Sort this. This is the default font. Or okay, so we make a chapters page. That's not going to be real, but let's real quick. Split this up into here. Do this. That's not correct. There we go. Should have like a line bar between actually. Not a navigation bar, just a probably change this into a nav. I could have sworn this is built into HTML somewhere. That's what I thought, HR. Okay, those are too short. This. We'll go back to 3 on this. Maybe we can change the width here. Text align, so this abides the text align. It's not correct. There we go. Let's see. Flower icon. It's probably good. It would be good if we used Font Awesome too. Font Awesome for this. Let's see. See if Iconify has anything. Let me see. Could implement. We'll put that. We'll put it in that. I was gonna say. Preset text spacers. Yeah. Worry about that in a bit. For now, we need this. Okay. Okay, next let's actually make the other pages so it's not. Okay, how do I... okay, want this title to be that. Okay. How are you? Okay. Why are you not requesting this correctly? Let's try this. It would be good to be able to fetch from this config. Config.main page. Oh, I'm messing up here. Let me see. For some reason it is not requesting this correctly, and I do not know why. Could be missing something. Maybe this should go in public. No, but that can... It'll change the output. Let's just try this. Do not need to be processed during Astro's build process. Well, this does, so we can't do that here. Yeah, because that's what I thought. I just am questioning what exactly they're expecting to happen here. The right file path. Is it? Let me see. I don't know if I've actually seen this website. This is cool. Path is not relative. Path to a file not. Okay. Okay. How can you not find the module? What do you want it to be? Bow, 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 bow. You know, let me step away for a second and think, because I think I need a minute to just step away. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay, what am I thinking? Okay. We'll just leave this alone for now. Or put that later. Okay. And we'll do author.astro. Content. Path.md. We read this from a markdown file. Up there. Astro.build. Markdown. We want markdown division. Let's see. So if we do this in MDX. Let's see here. Let's see. Jack's front here. Question is, About the front matter. Support for using front matter and MDA. And these variables to use in the template. Okay. Just adding a file to this. Local markdown can be imported into Astro using an import statement to query multiple files at once using the .astro component. If you have groups, JSX-like expressions. You can write dynamic HTML. Okay. We'll just try this and see. Okay. So import like this. Okay. Okay. We'll do this and then have like away author .astro. Or star from as, yeah. As about. Yeah, okay, so we can't use it as a component. Content dot, or just about content dot content. So then theoretically directly via function call raw content. No. Compiled content. Nope. Dot file. That returns a string. What's that returning? Oh, that's just the file. Dot. Not slash dot. Content. URL. Content returns a component. Compiled content. Default. Yeah, Astro components cannot be rendered directly via function call with the component reference. So what if we... Available by importing content from a markdown. This component returns a... You similarly render the HTML by rendering content. No. Import content as prom... Okay. This is how import... Yeah. Content as about content. As so that mean I could just about content. So then okay, there we go. But okay. Header ones need to not be that big. By default, yeah, it's here. Okay. Real quick, let's just change this to be... Okay. I want this to be more like 32 pixel and this 18 pixels. But for the header, let's change things up a bit. For this, we're going to do text 3XL, and then here we'll do text XL. XL. Six one. Then default. Why are you not? We'll do this to be 30. That's probably good. And then we can do... do an investigation here. That. If we do, that way, if we go to global.css, actually, maybe this is a good header size then. Oh, these are overruling it. No, I mean, this is... We probably didn't want the super big text anyway, so let's... Why? This is probably good. Okay, this should be good. This should be good. Because now we're actually rendering this correctly. Now they can edit the about me right in there. And that should be good because we got the nice basis for it now, so. Okay. Alright, well I gotta head out because I got another commitment I'm doing. So we're gonna have to call it here. I'm happy with how this turned out though, so I say we call this a win. I'll look into the GitHub app stuff because I definitely want to explore our options with that. We can see who is online. Let's go. Let's go raid. I wonder if Maya. We can go check out what Maya's doing at Alveus Sanctuary. Actually, it looks like they're doing cool stuff. They're doing like summer camp stuff. Actually, that's fun. But I guess we could also get Irish John. I haven't really watched Irish John in a hot minute. Yeah. Anyone? Let's go real quick, see if there's anyone I'm missing. Actually, White Vault. White Vault is doing pixel art. That'd be cool. Alright, let's go raid White Vault. Alright, raid White Vault. Alright, it's been real, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you again soon. And by soon, I mean tomorrow, technically. So, yeah. Alright, see ya. Thank you for stopping by.